Hey there, super environmental explorers. Welcome to The Explainer. So today, we're going to be doing something really exciting. We're actually transitioning our focus from local awareness to global interconnectedness. We are zooming way out to look at the big picture, basically how we fit into this entire beautiful world of ours. Let's get started, shall we?
So what exactly happens when you level up to save the whole planet? I mean, every great journey starts right at home, right? But to truly make a massive difference, we have to move beyond our own neighborhoods and out into the wider, much more complex world. When you level up, you start to see that the world isn't just a bunch of random, separate places. It's actually one giant, incredible, breathing system. The challenges, well, yeah, they definitely get a bit bigger, but your power to make a difference grows right alongside them.
But hey, before we set off to conquer the globe, we got to remember our training. Back in our local world adventures, we figured out exactly why clean air, sparkling water, and healthy land are absolutely crucial. And most importantly, we mastered our 3 local superpowers: reduce, reuse, and recycle. These are your foundational tools, guys. Definitely keep them handy, because you're absolutely going to need them for what comes next.
All right, Section 1, the big idea. Everything is connected.
So, the crucial point here is this massive concept: interconnectedness. It's basically the idea that actions in one place and the actions of communities literally all around the world are linked together and totally affect each other, even from super far away. You can think of it as the ultimate key to understanding our planet. What happens in one single place doesn't just stay there. The Earth is a completely shared space, and interconnectedness is going to be our trusty compass as we explore Level 2. Think of it literally like a giant domino effect. Just imagine setting up this huge winding line of dominoes. A single local choice, like, say, dropping a piece of plastic litter on the sidewalk, is exactly like pushing over that very first domino. It seems small, right? Almost harmless. But that plastic washes down a storm drain, travels into a local river, and eventually flows all the way out into a totally distant ocean. That is the domino effect in action. One tiny local action creates a massive, sweeping global impact.
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 2, connecting our communities.
So, here are the exciting new discoveries we're making for Level 2. We're going to explore how pollution travels, how our resources are actually shared across borders, how amazing communities work together, and finally, the global goals. Getting a handle on all this cooperation is totally vital for building a healthier future for us all.
Moving right along to Section 3, the global challenges.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it takes these big, scary global villains and just brings them down to earth. Moving from a neighborhood problem to a global one can sound super intimidating, but naming these villains completely takes away their power. We face what experts call a triple planetary crisis. Sounds terrifying, right? Actually, scratch that. It really just breaks down into simple facts. First up, climate change. Basically, our Earth is getting way too warm. Next is biodiversity loss, which just means we are losing too many amazing animals and plants. And finally, pollution. There is simply too much trash and dirty stuff out there. See? Big words, for sure, but they're really just problems we need to roll up our sleeves and solve together.
Which brings us to Section 4. Why does it matter to you?
Because, even though these problems might seem like they're thousands of miles away, they have a very direct impact on our everyday lives. They affect our health, like the quality of the very air we breathe right now. They affect our future, literally what the whole world will look like when you grow up, and they completely affect the places we love to play, like our local parks, the beaches, and the forests. Because everything is 100% connected, a problem way over there, it eventually becomes a problem right here.
But here's the absolute best part. The fantastic news is that understanding all these connections literally makes you a more powerful superhero for our environment. Simply learning about this triple planetary crisis, how our resources are shared, and how one local action ripples out across the entire globe, that arms you with serious knowledge. Simplifying these complex challenges doesn't just give you responsibility, it gives you the absolute power to make a real, lasting difference. You aren't just saving your own neighborhood anymore, you're actively helping save the world. How cool is that?
And this brilliantly illustrates that our journey into Level 2 has really just begun. You've got the knowledge of interconnectedness, and your awesome local superpowers of reduce, reuse, and recycle are primed and ready to go. So, I'm going to leave you with this one thought. How will your next local action change the global world? The next domino you push is entirely up to you. Thank you so much for joining me for this Explainer, Explorers. Stay curious, stay focused, and I will see you next time.